Number 1, paper 2. Number 1 is a paper 2 question in section A or section 1. So let's do this. So you have been asked to make P the subject of the formula. So how do you approach this? Now let's first remove this number here. Let's remove this number here. We multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So we multiply both sides by the reciprocal of this number. So we put it like this. You can put it 10 times 3 over 2. That finishes this number times 3 over 2. Now we have removed this number here. This and this one will cancel out. Now we will have 3 over 2L is equal to the square root of x squared minus pt divided by y. Now the next thing is, now let's remove this square root. How do we remove the square root? We square both sides. We square both sides and remove the square root. So 3 squared, that is 9, over 4 L squared is equal to x squared minus pt divided by y. Now the next thing, let's remove this denominator here. Multiply both sides by y. Both sides by y. Now we will have 9 over 4 L squared y is equal to x squared minus pt minus pt. Very good. Now from there, remember we are supposed to make P the subject of the formula. Now you can bring that. What I want to do is to bring this to the left and bring this one to the right. So I will have pt is equal to this one, if you go up and inakuwa negative, is equal to x squared minus 9 over 4 L squared y. Now I want P, so what you do, divide by T, divided by T, right? Now you have that P is equal to x squared minus 9 over 4 L squared y divided by T, and you have your value there. As simple as that. Kind of 44 pence. The cost of this is front door of both 3 pence to 12 exercise books at the same price as penny this one. Let x represent pence and y exercise books. Use matrix to determine the cost. So use matrix, that is paper 1. Paper 1. So first, for you to make sure you write the equation, we are using x to represent pence. So we have 4x plus 10y will be equal to 210, 220. Then 3 pence, 3x plus 12y is equal to 210. Now you use matrix. First you get the determinant. First write this simultaneous equation in matrix form. So now you write in them in a matrix form. We have written this one. In a matrix form, you pick the numbers the way they are. You don't change anything. That is 4, 4, 3, 3, 10, 10, x, y. This first get the determinant. Determinant, you multiply this diagonal 4 times 12 minus the second diagonal. You get the determinant as 18. So inverse is 1 over the determinant, 1 over 18. Then you change these values as the this one inakuja hapa na 4 inarudi hapa. On the secondary diagonal, you just introduce the negative. That one gives you the inverse. Then pre-multiply the inverse with the matrix. This is the pre-multiplication, and also pre-multiply on the right side. Then get remember when you multiply a matrix and its inverse, you get identity. Identity which is 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Then this one you multiply, then you get the value of x and y, as you can see there. Simplify. This is paper 1. To simplify is paper 1. Now look at this. This is a quadratic expression, and also this one is a quadratic expression. So you need to understand the sum and the product. So get two numbers when you multiply this. So the sum is 4. The product is 3 times 1, which is 3. Two numbers when you multiply gives you 3. When you add, gives you 4, right? Then now you simplify. Look at the same. In the denominator, you will do the same. The sum is 3. The product is 4 times negative 1, which is negative 4. Then you do that way. Now you write the numerator. Now what are the two numbers? It is 3 and 1. Let's look at 3 and 1. So 3 because the sum is 4. Yeah, 3 plus 1 is 4. And 3 times 1 is 3. Yes, that is the number. So once you have found that is for the numerator, now you write 3a squared plus 1ab plus 3ab, because when you add this one, they must give you 4ab with this one. Then once you group them, you look for the common factors. Now the common factors here is a. You put it outside. A like that. Then pick a plus b, then take one of the brackets because they are the same. You get at the numerator, that is what you have. Come to the denominator. The number, the factors, in the denominator we have the sum as 3, product as negative 4. So the factors will be negative 1, 3. Negative 1 and 4. Negative 1 and 4. So negative 1 plus 4, the answer is 3. Negative 1 times 4, the answer is negative 4. Now, once you have that, 4a squared minus ab plus 4ab. So this one, when you add, must give you 3a. And then you find this one. Now the numerator divided by the denominator, you get that as the answer. The points P and Q have coordinates 2 and this respectively. Find equation of the line L which is perpendicular to PQ and passes through the midpoint PR. So this is paper 1. The point PQ. So let's get first the midpoint. We can simply get the midpoint first. Midpoint is obtained by x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So our x1 is 2, that is 2, plus our x2 which is 6 divided by 2, comma y1 is 4 plus y2 which is 2 divided by 2. You find that this is 4, comma 3. That is our midpoint. Now let's get the gradient of the line. So the gradient of line PQ. The gradient of line PQ. PQ or PR. PQ. 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 P here the gradient of line PQ is equal to, because the R is the midpoint, I think as the equation L is equal to PQ and passes through the midpoint of P, the midpoint of PQ. Where is that coming from? PQ. So the gradient is equal to change in Y over change in X. So let's change. We start with 2, that is 2 minus, I started with this one, 2 minus 4, that is the Y coordinate, then 6 minus 2, that is negative 2 over 4, and that is negative a half. So the gradient is negative a half of PQ. Now we want a line L which is perpendicular to PQ. So if it is perpendicular to PQ, the gradient of PQ is a half. It means the line, the perpendicular, remember M1 times M2 for that's the gradient 1 times the gradient 2 will give you negative 1. So it means the gradient of if M1 is equal to negative a half, then automatically M2 is equal to 2. So that when you multiply 2 times negative a half, the answer is negative 1. Right? So the gradient of the other line which is perpendicular to PQ is M2. So M2 is 2. M2 is 2. That is the gradient of the line perpendicular to PQ. Now, because it is the line L is passing through the midpoint, now we have the midpoint which is 4, 3. Now we can get the equation. The equation that is change in Y over change in X. And the answer is going to be the gradient, which is 2. Now you cross multiply, you will find that Y minus 3 is equal to 2X minus 8. Therefore, Y is going to be 2X. Bring this to this side, you add, that is minus 5. And that is the equation of that perpendicular line. Find the range for the value, that is paper 1. Find the range for the values X is this one. So first you solve the first part up to here. After that, you solve the second part, which combines from here up to here. So you combine those two inequalities separately. So I have combined X plus 21 is greater 15 minus this. So after that, you like terms together. So bring this here to the left side. We have 2x plus x, which is 3x. Then bring 21 to the right side. So 15 minus 21, because once it crosses the inequality, it changes the sign. It is like it is crossing the equal sign. So it becomes this. So you divide by 3, divide by, find that x is greater negative 2. You leave it at the side. Then now you combine this and this. So 15 minus 2x is greater x plus 12. Like terms together. Bring x to the left, you will have negative 3x, because hii ikifika pande itakuwa negative. 15 ikifika to the right side itakuwa minus. So itakuwa 12 minus 15, and that is negative 3. Now we are dividing in negative 3x divided by both sides. So whenever you divide you have an inequality and the value of x is negative, it changes this sign automatically. So negative 3 divided by negative 3x is greater negative 3 over 3. So once you do that, the value of x changes this sign and it becomes this way. Now we want to combine this and this one. So you start with the one with the smallest number. So negative 2 is the smallest, is smaller than 1. So we start with that. So you can change this one. So that now we start with negative 2 is because it requires x is greater than negative 2. That means negative 2 is smaller than x. negative 2 is more than is less than x. That's what it means, right? Then now you combine with this. So it's equal negative 2x is less x and x is less 1. Then if you are told the integral values, so this one integral values will start from, because it is starting at negative, so it is negative 1, 0. Two containers, this is paper 1. Two containers have this one and this one, that is the area. Calculate the volume of the larger container in liters. The volume of the larger container if the smaller container is this one. Here we use similarity. Which is form to work. So first we need to get, because what we have is the area of both. That one will help us to get area scale factor. So area scale factor is equal to the area of the big over the area of the small, and that one will be 25 over 4 when we simplify. Now we want to get linear scale factor. Linear scale factor is equal to the square root of area scale factor. Area scale factor. So our area scale factor is 25 over 4. Our linear scale factor will be 2 over 5, which is the square root of the area scale factor. Now from there, you get the volume scale factor. Volume scale factor is equal to linear scale factor cubed. So linear scale factor, we have cubed that, and it has given us 125 over 8 as the volume scale factor. How do you get the volume? Volume scale factor is obtained by the volume of the bigger one over the volume of the small. So we have the volume scale factor, which is 125 divided by 8, which is equal to the volume of the big that we don't have and the volume of the small. After you put that, you cross multiply, and you get the volume of the bigger container. So this is paper 1. You can do that and make sure your answer is 23 over 5. So do that and get the answer 23 over 5, and that is 23 over 5. Yes, 23 over 5. Then you simplify, which is 4, 3 over 5. 4, 3 over 5. Remember, you cannot leave the answer as this one. You need to simplify like that and give it in fraction form. 9 men working 8 hours a day can weed a field. I think I changed that question. "15 tailors working 10 hours a day can stitch a patch of uniform in 12 days. How many hours a day must 12 tailors work to finish the same work?" So you write, we have the tailor, we have the hours, and we have the days. So 15 tailors work for 10 hours and they do that work for 12 days. How many hours will 20 tailors, that's so question mark is in hours, and so we use the ratio formula instead of guessing. Ratio is going to be very perfect for us. So you start by checking the tailors. Tailors increases, so you look at the tailors, you compare this and this. What has the tailors done? The tailors have increased. In which ratio? 20 to 15. Whenever you increase something, the denominator, ukiweka 20 to 15 inamaanisha ni 20 over 15. When you are increasing something, you cannot say 15 over 20, you are increasing 13, because the denominator is bigger, you are not increasing, you are decreasing. So when you say increase, the denominator must be small. So tailors increasing the ratio 20 to 15. That is correct. So if the tailors have increased, what do you expect hours to do? Watu wa kufanya kazi wamekuwa wengi. Kwa hivyo the hours yenye watafanya kazi itakuwa kidogo. Therefore the hours will decrease in the ratio 15 to 20. So because we want hours, that is the one we are going to use. You mark it. Now we come and see what the days did. Days decreased. Well, the days have decreased from 12 to 10. Automatically, if the days have decreased, then the number of hours must have increased for the days to decrease. They were doing work for 10 hours. This time round, they could be working 15 hours so that the days will reduce from 12 to 10. So it means that if the days have decreased from 10, in the ratio 10 to 12, ukiangalia tunaweka, wakati tunasema decrease, the denominator lazima ikuwe kubwa kwa hiyo ratio uko nazo. So it means that the hours will increase in the ratio 12 to 10. And because you are looking for hours, you need to do it. So simply, you take the one talking about the hours, that is 15 over 20, you multiply with 12 over 10, then you multiply with the constant, which was the hours 10. You find your answer. So this is paper 1. The sum of interior angles of a regular polygon is 1800. Find the size of each exterior angle. That is a simple sum. When you want the sum of interior angles is given by n minus 2. You multiply with the triangles, the total triangles in a triangle. Total number of angles in a triangle. So the sum we have been given, so we can say n minus 2. When you multiply to 180, it gives you 1800 because we have been given the sum. Now open this one, we have 180 minus 360 equal to 1800. Like terms together, this one comes this side, we have 180n is equal to 180n is equal to 2660. So it means n, you divide by 180 both sides, and our n is 12. Find the size of each exterior angle. So exterior angle is equal to 360 divided by n, and that is 360 divided by 12, and that one gives an exterior angle which is 30 degrees. So this is paper 1. This is paper 2. The logarithm and the indices, the rows of indices, that is form 3. This is logarithm 2, I think. So this is paper 2, which is in form 3. So solve for x. Solve for x. Here you need to understand the laws of logarithms. Rows of logarithms. So we start from here. Just copy the way it is. So log 2x plus 24 minus, now this 2 means it was the power of 3. That means it is log 3 raised to power 2, which is equal to log 9 minus 2x. So what you need to understand here is the rows of logarithms. Now you can see that the log is common. So on the left side I will say log into x plus 24. But this is minus. Minus means division. So I will divide by 9 because 3 square is 9. That one will be give me log 9 minus 2x. So we have log on the left side and log on the right side. So this one and this one will cancel out. We will have now x plus 24 divided by 9 is equal to 9 minus 2x. You can put over 1 and cross multiply. So you will have 1 times this, that is x plus 24 is equal to 9 times the whole is here. We will have 81 minus 18x. Like terms together, take this x to the left or to the right, whichever way. So bring this one to the left. So we will have x plus negative 18x plus. So hii ikifika pande itakuwa plus. Itakuwa 19x is equal to 81. Hii ikienda to the right side itakuwa minus 24. So So 19x is equal to 57. Now you divide by 19 both sides, and you find that x is equal to 3. Paper 1. Paper 1. So this one, for converting, you need to, paper 1. This is paper 1. So if you have not, I want to, now you are converting. When you convert foreign to Kenyan and Kenyan to foreign, you need to know how to use Kcse and for cable. So this means Kenya money to foreign, you use a sale. Now you have US dollars, you want to convert to Kenya shillings, you use the where we have the sale. You have we have Kenya shillings to foreign, you use sale. Yes, Kenya shillings to foreign. Now you have foreign, 4 stands for foreign money. You are converting it to Kenya, you must use buy. So you use buy, the column which has buy, right? Very important. So we converted that amount to Kenya shillings. So business arrived in Britain. He converted the pounds into Kenya shillings. So it's converting foreign to Kenya. So we use because we use foreign to Kenya buy. You see now, buy foreign, that's Kenya pounds to this. So that's why we use it in 165.57. Then now, this is the money he has in Kenya shillings. He gives 3, while in Kenya he spends 3/4. So if he spends 3/4, to make work easier, just get what is remaining. So the remaining amount is 1/4. That's why you were taught fractions in Form 1. Now 1/4, instead of now multiplying this times 3/4, then you start subtracting, you waste time. Now you get the remaining directly. So this is the remaining amount of money. And this remaining amount was converted now from Kenya shillings to US dollar. Now you are converting Kenya shillings to US dollar. Kenya to foreign. Now you use sale. You see, you need now to know that I will use 141.95. Then now you convert, there's no big deal. This is paper 2, because this is Form 3 work, it is paper 2. Given that A is this, B is this, find the magnitude of A plus B. So you need to know how to add, because this is the unit vector. So this is 3i plus 4i, you get 7i, you add. Negative 2j plus j, you find it is j, negative j. It is negative j. Then k plus minus 3, you get minus 2k. So that's what you get. Then this one is A plus B. Then now A plus B modulus. To get the modulus, modulus is equal to, this stands for x, y, z. So you need to get this square minus plus 1, negative 1 square plus negative 2 square. That one will give you the modulus. So AB modulus, A plus B modulus is equal to the square root of 54. So AB modulus, sorry, not AB, but A plus B. A plus B modulus finally will be 7.348. Solve for x. Solve for x. here there are some few important things. This is paper 1. This is paper 1. Did I say which paper this one is? Yes. This is paper 1. Now here, this is from 2 indices. There are some few things you need to understand. When I give you 5 times 5, 3, what do you do? And you are dealing with indices. You check that the bases are the same, you write one base. Then this is multiplication, you add the powers. That is 2 plus 3. So when I give you 5x minus 5, you should know that this is the same as 5 raised to power 2x minus 5 2x. In minus, it means it was division. Because if it is addition, you know it was multiplication. So it was a division, 5 raised to power 1. And that gives us 100. That one you must know. That once you know that, yes, now you let 5, you can see we have 5 2x, b, and later you can say y. So we will have y minus y divided by 5 is equal to 100. So this is the same as y minus y over 5 is equal to 100. So some people would think that you still do y minus y inaisha. No, you don't do that. Now we will have, let's remove this, so we will have 5, multiply this denominator every term, times 5, times 5, times 5. We will have 5y, 5y minus y is equal to 500. So we will have 4y is equal to 500. So you divide by 4 both sides. You get that y is equal to 125. Then you say, but we said that y is equal to 5 raised to power 2x. We said that. So it means that 5 raised to power 2x is the same as 125. So 5 2x is exactly equal to 125. So 5 raised to power 2x is exactly equal to 5 raised to power 3. Now the bases are the same. You have 2x is equal to 3. It means that x you divide by 2 both sides. X is equal to 1.5. A variable b, a variable part3 a varies part3 as b and part3 as the square root of b. So this is partial variation. So you need to know that this is a partial variation. Then you have to have, because a varies part3 as b and part3 as the square root of b. So it means both of them must have their constants. So please make sure you understand the types of variations we have. We have direct, inverse, partial, and joint. So writing this expression is very important, understanding how to write this one. But if you have any problem, you let me know in variation. So now, once you have written this, when a is 4, you just now substitute a, then x, b is 4. So 4 times x is equal 4x. Then The square root of b is 2. Then you substitute, you solve simultaneous equation, you find that k is 5. Then the value of x is 3. After that, now the question was find a when b is 25. You simply substitute and you get your answer. So this one is paper 2. That one is paper 2. And this one is paper 2. Error is paper 2. The floor of a rectangular room measures this like this. Estimate the percentage error in the area. Percentage error in the area. We have two ways. I will do both of them. Let me start with the one. You need to calculate the maximum area, actual area, and the minimum area. But now for you to do that, there's something you need to remember. The least count. So 4.18. The least count here, we have the two decimal places. So it means it is 0.00. It is 2 decimal 0.1. Now to get the absolute error there, you need to divide by 2 to get that is the 0.005. So for you to get the maximum and the minimum, you need to subtract and add 0.005. Now you can get the relative errors here. Then you multiply with 100 to get the percentage error. Individual, you get the individual absolute relative errors. Individual relative errors, and you multiply with 100, you get the percentage error. Paper 2. So such, you multiply the numerator and the denominator with its conjugate. So 3 root 2, you multiply with the conjugate of the denominator, which is 2 plus root 2. That is the conjugate. Then the denominator, it is 2 minus root 2. You multiply with its conjugate, which is 2 plus root 2. Okay. Now let's deal with the numerator and finish with it. So the new, it means now we multiply 3 root 2 times everything here. So 3 root 2 times this one is like we are multiplying 2 times 3 only. That one will give us 6 root 2. Then this times that one will be plus. Now 3 times the number outside here is 1. So 1 times 3 is 3. And root 2 times root 2, the answer is root 4. And root 4 is square root, that is times 2. It will be, because that is the square root of 4, that is 2. So the numerator, we will have 6 root 2 plus 6. The denominator. Because the denominator is a difference of two squares, you can see we use a square minus b square. Hello? Yes? Yes. Niko poa. Isa ukweli. Ukweli unamaanisha nini? Ukweli as in ndio una expect upate Kcse. Hiyo ni okay, ni predictions. So a difference of two squares. So what you take the first one, which is 2, you squared, minus the second one, which is root 2, you square, and everything you are done. So this is 4 minus. When you square the square root, that square root disappears. So the numerator we will have 2. So finally we will have 6, the numerator, root 2 plus 6 divided by 2. So these 2 can cancel. We have 3 root 2 plus 3 as the final answer. The trader sold an article at shilling this one after allowing his customer discount. Market price of the article. So market price is 100%. If in so doing he made a profit, so ameuza 4,800 na aka make profit already, lakini hii ameuza baada ya kupeana discount. So kabla apeane discount alikuwa ameandika pesa ngapi? Ndio tunataka. So before giving the discount angeuza 6,000. 80% is equal to this, 100 ingekuwa ngapi? So angeuza 6,000 kama huyo mtu angebagin ama angempea discount. The price of the article to trade about. So the price of the yeye alinunua kama angeuza hii, lakini sasa ameuza 4,800, lakini mwanzo alikuwa anasema anataka kuuza 6,000. Tunataka kujua yeye alinunua ile item pesa ngapi. Kwa hivyo wakati aliuza 4,800 alimake profit ya 20. So 120 is equal to this amount. So 100 yenye alinunua nayo ilikuwa ngapi? So hiyo kitu ilinunuliwa na 4,000. Yeye alinunua na 4,000. If the trader had sold the item without giving a discount, inamaanisha angeuza 6,000 na alinunua 4,000. So angepata profit ya 22,000. So what was the discount profit? Angepata ngapi? Ni discount ni profit divided by the buying price times 100. You get that one. A civil servant. So whenever you are using this table, first you look at whether you are given per month or per annum, then the rate. So you need to understand that. Is it per month or per annum before you do it. A civil servant, basic salary of this, allowances this, other allowances include this, and the medical allowance is entitled to a family relief of 1240 per month. Determine his taxable income. Taxable income is equal to basic salary plus all allowances, all taxable allowances. So if the allowance is not taxable, do not include it here. Because taxable, it must be taxed. So if the allowance is said not to be taxed, do not include it here. But all allowances which are taxable, then you should include it. So taxable income is the basic salary, allowances, all of them, and it gives us 34,800. Now from there you start from the first band and do the taxation. So in the first band, so look at this one. Rate in Kenya shillings per 20, per shilling 20. So this one is 2 over 20. It is 2 shillings in every 20 shillings. So kuna mahali unafaa kupiga hii direct 84 times 2. Na kuna mahali, so you need to, that's why I told you must check this here. Rate in Kenya shillings per shilling 20. So if you are not careful, you just mess up. So the first band will be 84, 2 over 20 shillings. That will give you this tax. So you do the taxation until you are done. Then you get net tax. Then first you need to add the gross tax. Gross tax ni hiyo taxation yote ambayo umepata hiyo. Net tax sasa ni when you remove the relief. Net tax is also called income tax. It's equal gross tax minus relief. And that gives you that as the pay. This one is the pay. So another name is pay. So pay is a deduction. So this money is deducted. It does not reach the owner. is detected by the government. In addition, the following deductions were made, NHIF all that. Calculate this net salary. Net salary ni ile pesa sasa itaingia kwa account yake kwa yule mwenye ameajiriwa. So net salary ni taxable income, you remove all deductions. So huyu mtu alikuwa anapewa 34,800 including all the allowances. Then now you remove this pay, then other deductions, the loans, NHIF, NSSF, SHA, you remove all those things, and this is the amount that he gets into the account. So this one is paper 2, sorry. This one is paper 2. This one is paper 2. I think I said this one is paper 1. This one is paper, but can it be paper 1? This is for, yeah, mostly paper 2. This is paper 2. So you need to fill the table here, and I have shown how you use the calculator to fill these tables. If you have not seen the video, I will put the link on how to use the calculator to fill these tables, both trigonometric and this one. So I will leave the link in the description. The first link you will see, it will take you directly to that video. So you fill that table, then you draw the curve as you can see. So I want to explain how to use the graph, because drawing may not be a problem. Use the graph to determine the roots of this is the function but equated to 0. It means you solve for the values of x. Now to use the curve, because this is the curve, na hii equation inafanana kabisa na ile ya graph. So what you do, unasoma the answers where the curve across the x-axis, mali nakutana with the x-axis. So you read the answer here and the answer there. Use your graph to solve this one. Now this one you need to solve. You write the equation of the curve, it is this one, and the provided equation. Then you subtract. Don't need to subtract. You can sometimes you need to add, because lengo hapa ni kumaliza this is the power x square. So how unaangalia how will I subtract? Is it subtraction which will finish it, which will eliminate it, or it is addition? So it depends. Si lazima ni subtraction. No. For example, kama hapa ilikuwa 2x and then negative 2x. If you subtract, itakuwa, that is square. If you subtract, itakuwa negative 2x, negative 2, and 2 minus 2. So itakuwa addition. So inamaanisha kama hapa ingekuwa plus positive, then you minus, it means uja eliminate the x square. So hapa inafaa tujiongeza. So the aim is to remove this part. So you need to know you can add or subtract anytime. So here we will subtract so that we eliminate this one. So 3x minus 2x, x, 4, 5 minus 4 is this one. So we get this is a linear equation. For you to draw this one on a graph, you need to have a table. Make a table with 2 points. Then now draw that line on the curve. You draw that line. Now where the line cuts the curve, that is where the answers are. So you read here, x-axis, you read down here, and also you read here. Mahali that line inakata the curve. Hapo ndio answers ziko. So you read those answers as you can see here. So this is paper 2 pure. This is paper 2. I have done vectors, several of them. I would want you to practice this one so that you see what you can get. Show that Px and B are collinear. Show that they are collinear. So I will show you what I have done, then you practice. So I have shown that AB, that is how I got AB. OC, I used what we call the ratio theorem, and it is very simple to use the ratio theorem. Very simple to use the ratio theorem to get OC. Yes, we had this B. So you use the ratio theorem. Then BD, I have shown how I got BD there, because BD is equal to BO plus OD. Then I have shown here. So use this answer marking theme as, but practice fast. Whenever you have any problem, I am available for consultation. So this is paper 1. That is from 2 statistics, paper 1. So you can use also this data, make a frequency distribution table. The class you start with is 20 to 29. Then be able to calculate the mean mass, calculate the median mass. That is paper 1, question form to work. So make sure you get these answers. Then be able to calculate the mean and calculate the median using this formula. This is a basket. Find the capacity. Capacity in liters. Even if they did not mention in liters, you should know that capacity is always in liters. So you will get area in volume in meters, in centimeters cube, then convert to liters. So first, you need to add this one to make it the full cone. You need to know that. Then it is your responsibility to get this value of h. So how do you get the value of h? Introduce h here, because the whole cone from here, this is the parent cone, the whole cone, and then this is what was cut from there. So whatever was not there, it was cut to form the frustum. So h, it is our duty to get the h. So to get h, we use similarity. So we say from here up to here, it is 28 plus h. So 28 plus h, that is from down here up to the top, divided by h, similarity, will be equal to this radius 15 over 10, the small radius. Now that one gives you the value of h. So capital H is the height. So if the small h is 54, then the big H from here up to here is 56 plus 28 in equal part. That gives us 8. Now we have H because we know the volume is gotten by a half pi r square H. This is for the bigger cone. You subtract the smaller cone. That gives you the volume. So our volume is, here it is divided by 3 times 1 over 3. That was forgotten. Now there we have our volume in what? In centimeters cube. Now you need to convert it to liters. You divide it by 1,000 to convert it to liters. find the total surface area. Total surface area of total curved surface, the total surface area of the brush drum is obtained by getting the total curved surface area of the cone. Curved surface area of the cone. Now it is obtained by pi RL. Pi RL. This is wrong. Pi RL minus pi RL. This is for the bigger cone minus the small. Then we add the circle, the bottom circle. To get the total surface area of the material, because this is a basket, juu imefunguliwa. Hii ni container ya maji, kwa hivyo juu imefunguliwa lakini chini imefungwa. Kwa hivyo chini hiyo circle, we need to get that material yenye kutengeneza. So it is pi RL minus. So what we don't have here is capital L, that is the slant height. So it is your duty to get this slant height. This slant height from here up to here. From here up to here, it is capital L. From here up to here is small l. We give it small l. So to do that, remember this is a right angle triangle. Use Pythagoras theorem to get capital L and small l, because it forms a right angle triangle. This is 15 and we have here 84. Now you will get this one, and the small one we will have this one here, where we have 10, we have 56, you will get small l. So using that Pythagoras theorem, you will get the, so that's what we have used here to get the length. Once you get that, now you substitute pi 20/7, capital big radius is 50 times capital L. You subtract the smaller one, you get the area to be this one. Then you add the area of the bottom, which is this, and the total surface area is that. This is paper 2. Did I say which paper is this? This is paper 1. Paper 1. So paper 2, that is now variations. These three quantities P, Q, R such that P varies directly as the cube of Q and inversely. So these are joint. We have joint, direct, and inverse. This is called a joint variation. So that is the first statement. Then you remove the sign of proportionality, introduce K, you get this one. Then substitute the numbers provided in the question. When P is 16, Q is 2. Once you get that, that will help you to get the value of K, the constant. Now determine the equation connecting first. This is the equation connecting the three quantities, P, Q, and R. Then after that, now you can determine R when P is that one. When P is that one, you simply get R is 2. Q decrease by 30% while R increase by 40%. Find the percentage decrease or increase in P. So this is the initial value we had P. This is our P. So our new P1 will which one? Q. Q is going to decrease. Decrease means you subtract from 100. So that is 70%. 70 over 100, you cube. Why are we cubing? Because Q is equal cubed. Then you KQ, you put that one outside there. Then R increased by 40%. Increase in 140, you increase it, you add 40 to 100. Increase is always more than 100. Then that's 140, and it was squared. So you square 140 divided by that, you square that. That is 1.4 squared. You get it is 1.96. Now from there you have this. Then the percentage change is P1, that is the new, minus the original divided by the original times 100. Then you find it is negative. So negative means a decrease. So this is negative 82.5% means that P decreased by 82.5%. That's a decrease. So the last question is matrix, and that is paper 1. That is paper 1 question. You get the inverse. You use the inverse to calculate the question as asked. So it is important to get the, how do you get the, first you need to get the determinant. After getting the determinant, you get the inverse, and that's the inverse. So this is the question, you write it. You see, you need to simplify the question first so that you can be able to use this one. Thank you, very important. I want you to share the video to as many people as possible on WhatsApp and everywhere.